Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to start the presentation, and anytime you have any questions, feel free to put them into the chat, and then we'll answer them as we're going along or as at the end of the presentation for sure. You good to see my screen, Maria?
Yes, I
Awesome.
am.
All right. So tonight we're talking about Horizon Apartments. We have been closed for a while. So tonight is going to be a little bit different than our normal webinars. We're going to talk about what's happened since we closed, why you should join a cash flowing opportunity. For those of you that have seen this property, you'll already be excited to see the new sign on our thing here. That's a pretty good looking sign. You'll see some other updates that have happened during this call. It's a 204 apartment complex in San Antonio, Texas. And this is a 506C for accredited investors only. If you're not sure you're accredited, please stay, ask questions. You can always learn from these presentations. So we're going to do an executive summary, talk about the sponsor team, executive summary. Ooh, we got that twice. We're going to do it a lot. Business plan, underwriting, and how to invest with us. One thing I want you to note when you're looking over here, look at the pool. No pool furniture yet, but on a later picture, you will see some nice pool furniture. We've made some great improvements. Why is my, there we go. A fine, whoop, there we go. Sorry, I went too fast. Did you read all that while I was there? Boy, we went really fast. All right, this is a disclaimer. I want you all to read it in the 30 seconds that this slide will be up. So it basically says that you need to always verify if you're going to make any investment. This is included in all of our documents, all of our presentations. So please feel free to read it. I'm going to talk a little bit about the sponsorship team tonight. We're featuring the Massive Capital team. So we have Sanjay on the top left, Shirar and Mike, who's also joined us for tonight. They are the principals of Massive Capital. And on the right, you have the investor relations team. And on our track record, we have included the track record of the greater team of everybody that is operating this deal. So anybody who knows anything about Massive Capital, we've done a lot of deals and we've got a lot of great partners. So we're going to do the executive summary. So this is Horizon Apartments. Some of the things again, notice again, no pool furniture, some other things, but you'll see later on. So we purchased this property at 16,900,000. But I want to tell you a little bit about the story. This property actually came on the market at over $20 million. We initially offered 16. Went under contract, couldn't close. Why? They paid too much. Then they put it back on the market at 19. Deal got a little better. We offered 16 for it. Didn't happen. Their contract fell through again. So as you can see, they went from over 20 million to 16.9. We did go up from 16 million to 16.9. And part of that was because the deal did get better. The owner was doing a good job. They really started moving things up. So this is a C-class property in a C+ location. We're estimating a 5-year hold. We're raising $6.6 million. One thing I want you to know too in this purchase price, $82,843 a door. Okay, this is in a market where average price is over $100,000 for this class of property. We're offering a projected cash on cash of 7 to 8%. Our projected IRR, for those of that don't know, that's an internal rate of return. It's one of the most important metrics because it's the time use of your money. So you can see here, we're going to do a 2.11 multiple. But if it took us 10 years to give you a 2.11 multiple, that would be like an 11% IRR. So again, we want to make sure that your money is being used all of the time. This you can see here, there's Sanjay, and that's actually the lady that we bought the property from, Kelly. Very interesting. I saw her not too long ago, and we made a joke that we went through a complicated sale and we're still friends. Life is pretty good. So it's super important when you can do business with people that you know, like, and trust. Why do we love this cash flowing deal? It's a strong market. San Antonio is ranked number 8 in cities that are growing. We got an assumable loan, okay? So first, oh, sorry, we got it for $82,000 a door, well below it. We also assumed a 3.78 fixed rate. and it has no interest rates can go up till 2032. Pardon me, I can't talk. So we have that, and you'll see a little bit later, we did get a supplemental loan. It came in at a pretty good rate, and our blended rate is 4.48% interest. So it's super, super good rate. This is what we were going to do, right? We're going to do a value add. We're going to grow the property. We're going to talk a lot more about that, but we've been cash flow positive for the first months, and we're around 20% up, and our net operating income is 49%. When we bought the property, it was at 44%. So we've implemented a lot of changes, and we've been doing much better. We have an experienced team, and you can see it's minutes from major employees. So employers. So you see Amazon, HEB, Frito-Lay, HEB, Pepsi. For those of you that aren't in Texas, HEB is like the king of grocery stores, and they're headquartered in San Antonio, and one of their main distribution centers is actually within walking distance of Horizon Apartments. So this property's been cash flowing since day one. NOI has increased since the takeover. Oh, here we mentioned the assumable loan, which came in at 4.49 blended rate. So we're a little bit lower than we were supposed to. We've already started our CapEx, so some new furniture, resurfacing of the pool. I call it the cage. You'll see in the pictures, there was this weird cage that we kept using in marketing, even though it was the ugliest apartment feature I've ever seen, has been taken down. We're updating the exteriors. And one of the things that we said we were going to add were lockers. And so here you see on the right, we've already added the lockers. So this is where Amazon and other companies can leave their goods. It's a really efficient thing, and it is a money-making thing for the property. So it's convenient for the tenants. It reduces workload on the staff, and we make money. So it's like a triple win here. So a little bit of before, this is our lovely bird cage, as I called it. You can kind of see where it sits in the property, and it's gone. It actually looks like an apartment complex there. And so we've done a lot of things to the front of the property. Some of the other things you can see before and after. So we've repainted, we've got new signage all on all the apartment complexes. You couldn't even tell there was a leasing center there. So we have a new leasing center. We have future resident parking identified. So I did a lot of investor tours, and everybody would say, I can't find where to park. I can't find the office. And now that problem has gone away. And all of this new signage is all the way through the property at different spots. So again, you can see it's added a lot of value. This was our pool, so it needed a lot of work. So you can see the work here. And then you can see the pool now has been completely refinished. We are doing the second pool now. So this is the first pool, and we've started to add our pool furniture. So again, remember, we said value add. Value add is when you improve the property, make it a better place to live, make it to where you can increase the rents. So if you could imagine a pool with no pool furniture, who wants to take their child to the pool and stand there? And there's just no place to sit. It made no sense at all. And some of the flowers you can see are starting to bloom on the property. Property looks really good. So this is a little bit more about the area. For those of you that don't know, if you keep going up 35, you're going to run into Austin. And if you're coming down, this is where the Horizon Apartments are located. So it is very easy for folks to get on and off the highway. This is the major artery. This is the big distribution center. Okay, again, check this thing out. This is a big thing. This is Frito-Lay, Pepsi, HEB distribution center here, HEB here, Amazon Fresh, Rackspace, a lot of businesses here. I know this area really well. I actually am a partner on this particular property right here. So it's a great area. It's really doing well. So a little bit about the business plan. Isn't this look nice? Check boxes. You know what that means? We've started implementing the plan already. So we have enhanced the marketing. So we said we were, and we did. We have professional property management company. We've got all new people there. We've done tenant appreciation events. So nothing's happened for these folks on the property since the whole 3 years or something this person has owned it. Since then, we've done 3 events. We were a little slow starting, but our goal is to do an event every month. Okay, so we'll do a party for the pool, we'll do a party for the second pool, ice cream trucks, all types of things. We've started to implement our rent increases. We've installed the lockers. You already saw a picture of that. We've installed the tech and cable package. Now I want to make sure I'm clear on this. It's there, but you can't add it to the leases until we have renewals. So it comes with all new leases, but you can't say, hey, listen, thanks for living here. We're going to add this to your rent, right? We can't, now we can make it optional, if, especially if it's going to save them some money doing it. And then we have QR parking for overnight stays. So if you are a registered tenant of the property, you get a tag. If you're a guest, you have to use one of those phone QR codes. I don't know how many folks have used it to pay for a parking spot, but you have to pay for that to be able to park there. And then obviously the storage units haven't come. So the storage units are different than the packages. The storage units for tenants to be able to store some of their materials. We have not started the water conservation. We've been doing the quick maintenance turn with the on-site staff. So the majority of our turns have been done in-house. What that means is we are saving money on every turn. Because if you hire third party, they add cost to it, right? Because they've got overhead, they've got things to do. So our team is doing it. Plus, you get some consistency because it's the same team. So we have a person who's in charge of make ready, and we have a porter that does it. The only thing we're still hiring out is cleaning. Cleaning is super, it's just a very efficient way to do it. The 3D exterior lighting, we've done a little bit of it, but the majority of it's going to happen in Q3 of this year. And we've already negotiated our electricity contract. So one thing we found out, and I think we reported this before, the previous owner was paying sales tax and they didn't have to. That was a 6.5% savings just by hiring an energy consultant and learning about it. So we've started to clean and paint and rehab the exteriors, but we got a lot more work to do. It's going to happen mostly in the third quarter. The summer, we're going to concentrate on some other things. Landscaping, we've done a little bit, but we're not going to do a lot right now till we get better control of the property. And then we've changed the signage and we've launched our local marketing plan. We have not had to renovate any of our classic units at this moment because they're still under lease, so we don't need to do it. But our goal is to get those 28 done and then have the property fully stabilized. These ones here, that will be in year 2, 3 at the most. And then obviously continue to monitor the net operating. And we have the flexibility of holding for 7 years, but our goal is to be out of the property within 5 years. So we'll talk a little bit about the underwriting. So then we'll talk a little bit about the projected investor returns. So this one is a super important one here. This 7% preferred payment. So I want to make sure if you don't understand what a preferred payment is. So this deal is split 70-30. The easiest way to say it is we make $1, 70 cents gets sent to the passive investors, 30 cents gets held for us as the sponsors. That's how we make our money. But until you as a passive investor accumulate a 7% return, we don't get paid. And I'm here to tell you, we want to get paid. So we're working really hard to make sure that we at least meet this. We refer to this as an investor first approach. So not only are you owning 70% of the deal, but you get paid the first 7%. We're also have here, it's the 18% IRR. We talked about average cash flow, a multiple of your money. This is an annualized return for people that like to see them done that way. We purchased it at a 6.5 cap. We believe we're going to be able to sell at a 6 cap. We already mentioned we're raising the equity and it's a 5-year hold. So this is a little description of what will happen to your money. You put $100,000 in this deal. In year 1, you will earn about $5,381. We've added an asterisk because some folks have asked a few questions. So it normally takes us 6 to 9 months to where we feel comfortable making distributions. So if you get a distribution at the end of quarter 3, will actually come in quarter 4, and quarter 4 will actually come in quarter 1 of the next year. But that's really year 1's money. So I want to make sure that that's clear for everybody. Then the next year gets a little bit better. So we're talking, you're going to get about a 7.53. And we projected by about year 3, it will be almost 8.5%. And this will give you your accumulated 7% pref. So in this period here is when the general sponsorship team will be in the money, as we call it, where we will be able to start getting our proportion, and it was split the 70-30. And then of course there's year 5. And then so during the period on cash flow, you've received just under $40,000 on your 100. You get another 71 estimated on sale. So that means your $100,000 in 5 years projected to be worth 200 and almost $11,000, hence 2.11 multiple of your money. Always want to make sure you disclose your fees. So again, we've already mentioned this, 30% sponsor carry. We do have a 2% asset management fee. We do have an acquisition fee, kind of like you could call it a commission. That's what we get paid when we close the deal. We do have a disposition fee. So when we sell it, it's 1.5%. And we do have a contingency here of 5% for our CapEx budget. So I want to make sure you understand this is built into it already, but we're going to disclose that this would get paid to a third party vendor. So if it's going to be paid, we want to make sure that we fully disclose anything. So this is a blow your mind, lots of numbers here, lots of things going on. Very important too, when somebody shows you a deal, if they don't show you the current T12, all the rest of this makes no sense. There's nothing to validate it, right? So these are the real numbers of the year that we took over. Here is our projections. We are meeting our projections in the first 3-4 months. We've got about 3 months of full financials. We're meeting our projections. Some of the things I want to talk about is, we're going to bring up the net operating income from almost 2.5 to 2.75 to 3 to 3.1. So again, this is where the money is made. This is where the value is made. They made about 1.379 NOI. This is, net operating income here. Sorry, up here. Net operating down here. So they made a little over $1 million. We're projecting to make about 1.263. This again is where the magic of making your money is. For those of you that are number crunchers, there's a couple things I want to point out. Insurance, they paid $161,000. We have a firm quote. We've been insured. We're fully insured. We didn't drop any coverage, but we managed to get it for $101,000. But because insurance is a big thing in Texas, we assumed, hey, maybe it will pop back up, and we just got lucky. So we popped it back up in the projections. Okay. Electric, you can see we're going to start implementing some savings on putting in some of the low voltage, some things. The water and sewer, this is for the low flow toilets. You can see we're spending a little bit more on management. They didn't have much on property and turns, so we have that. Payroll is up a little bit. We talked about that we're going to add some advertising. They did very little. We're doing a little bit more. So you can see that our expenses are up a little bit higher, but our income is up a bit higher, and we're making more money at the end. So there's a lot of ways in here. You can go through this in greater detail. We can take some time later if you're interested, but these are our projections. So this slide was shown at the beginning. These are the area rent comps. As I mentioned before, I actually have a property through a different group outside before I was full-time with Massive Capital. It's the Nexus Urban Living, so I really understand the area well. But this is the sweet spot of the deal. When we took over, their average rents were $865 for 1 bedroom. Our current new leases are at $1,050. So again, $185 rent increase. This is where the money is made. And you have to remember, we haven't turned a lot of apartments, but within a 2-year period, all 200 apartments will be at these new higher rates. On the 2-bedroom apartment, they were $995. We got them to $1,250. That's a $255. We do have a few 3-bedroom apartments here, but they're a small amount of the numbers. So again, this is super important. This is where the rental comps are. So you can see there's not really one on this side of the highway, but there are definitely some rental comps. And this is the proof in the pudding. We're doing this. These leases are signed. These people are living in the apartment. These people are paying their rents. So this is what, again, it talks about when we say investing in a cash flowing deal that is already implementing its plan. Here's the plan. And we're doing very well. So big picture, our goal is that we're going to sell in 5 years. We do have up to 7. We're going to scale. Our goal is when we hit about 1.59 million in NOI, that's when we'll do it. If we hit it earlier, we'll look at selling earlier. We can exit early if we want. There'll be not really very much in the way of prepayment penalties. This is kind of a sensitivity study. So we've said we're going to get out at 6%, which means the value is 26,663,000. If we got out at the same cap rate, we wouldn't quite make as much money. We'd sell for 24, bought for roughly 17. Still going to make money. We're still going to do well, but we want to disclose all of the kind of variables that would happen. Now, cost segregation, still at 60%, but we're estimating, again, if you put in $1 million, your cost segregation for year 1 would be about 38.5. So that's, you're going to get, so passive loss. So I'll make sure you understand this. Put $100,000 in the deal, you will get a $38,500 passive loss. Passive loss can go against passive income, or if you're a real estate professional, can be completely written off. This is the magic of real estate. This is why Donald Trump said he pays no taxes, love him or hate him. Just got convicted today, kind of crazy, but it's what it is. And then over the next few years, you will also earn another 33%. So over the course of 5 years, so this thing keeps on the depreciation, you will get about 72%, so $72,000 worth of passive losses. So it's super important. And then of course, if the government does put it back up to 100%, they claim it will be retroactive, and these numbers will probably be close to 30% more. That's it. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast. I don't know if we got any questions. I'll stop sharing so I can see all your beautiful faces. We have a hand up. Go ahead. You should be able to unmute yourself.
Yes. Did I hear correctly that there is a charge for visitors to park at the facility
Overnight?
Overnight.
Yes. So if you have a guest, they have to pay to park. Yes.
And what does that cost?
It's like $10, I think it is. It's not exorbitant, but
Okay.
the goal is just to make sure, first of all, that all the tenants have their vehicles registered, that we control the parking lot, and it helps us earn some money as well. We have pretty tight parking here, so it's super important for us to be able to just not have people hanging out.
Thanks.
Yeah. Great question, though. It's the first time I've seen this actually being done, and the seller had implemented it but hadn't fully implemented it, so we fully implemented it now. Oh, so we're raising a total of $1 million. We still have left to raise. Actually, it's less than that now, because we had some come in yesterday. So, but yeah, but there's still plenty of room. If you're looking to do a sizable investment, definitely book a call for you. We can offer a bonus on that. We think this will close out next week. And the target date is to be, we're going to fully be done by the middle of June. And I want to make sure that I'm clear too. So this has not slowed us down, right? We've been implementing the plan. We've been doing things. And the plan was 18 months of capital expenditures. So we are raising money for the final eight months of this. We have enough money to keep going. We've made the deposits on the parking lot. We've made, the pool folks are there. We've renovated units. We've bought the furniture. We're renovating the office. Yeah, communicate. So that Maria's gonna pop a link in, and you can do it, or you can book a call with anyone on the investor relations team. Maria, Jasmine, Candace. Brenda's here too. Mike's here. We got a lot of team members here.
Also, our QR codes that are on our screens behind us will take you to our investor portal, and I'm dropping the link for it as well.
It's an awesome opportunity. Any more questions? Did I do such a good job?
I think you did.
You did an excellent job, Trevor.
I love this deal, in case you can't tell. I've been there quite a bit. Brenda and I have done several apartment tours with possible investors, some of the folks from our massive mastermind. We have team members on site every week. So we have Janae and Amber who are here in Austin. They travel down at least weekly. Vinny's there. He's one of our person helping to manage the asset management. He's there once a month. Sanjay was there, you know, and we've had fun with this. So we've invited a bunch, like when the pool furniture came, we invited a bunch of our investors and friends, and they had a pool party and built the pool furniture. It's super fun. And I definitely, I guess the thing I like the most is like, they've just done a good job keeping it clean, keeping it looking nice, making it look so much better. You know, just the little things, right? Like making it look better. Oh, we got another question here. Go ahead, sir.
Hello, how much do you think we're gonna spend on renovations?
Yes, let me see. I think, did I go through that slide quickly? Or did
We
we?
might have. But while you're pulling it up, I do love seeing how much has already been done. That's why I love Class C value add properties, because even in 3 months, the change is so significant that it just makes it look better from when we took it over in February. So it's really cool to be able to showcase that. And as Mike put in the chat, that your money does go to work for you on day one. There's really no waiting. And there's a lot less risk with investing in a property that's already closed.
My next question is, I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
what does the units look like on the inside from a 1 bedroom to a 2 bedroom to a 3 bedroom at the current condition?
Any before and after pictures?
We haven't had any before and afters with the interior units yet.
So the interiors, we're not doing a lot of heavy lifts on the interiors. We're really just painting, cleaning. These apartments are already in good shape. Let me just get I guess I can pull up another stack here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, these are all great questions.
And I saw somewhere the minimum investment was 50, then I saw another place it was 100. Which is it?
It is 50.
Okay.
And I think you said there's only like 5 slots left?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
So we are spending $1,164,663 on CapEx. That's how much money we're spending. We do have $668,000 in operating reserves. Part of that is held, and part of this CapEx budget is held by the lender. So just so you know how it works is the lender holds the money, then you do the work, and then the lender releases the money. And I've already before and after pictures. Let me see if I can.
There's only 1 and 2 bedrooms, so there's no 3-bedroom units at Horizon.
There are a few.
Yeah, a couple.
There's
Oh, there are
very
3?
few. Yeah,
Oh, very few.
I'm trying to find a picture. Sorry. Oh, all right. Let me share my screen here. So again, you gotta remember this is C-class property. This is what the units look like. So they're in awesome condition. So they all have tile floors. The tile floors are in great condition. Most of them have already been renovated with the back with the new appliances, and we've put backsplashes in. We resurfaced the tubs. We resurface all the sinks and the countertops, and then we paint the units. So the turns of these units are super simple. unless you have something like major wall damage or anything. A lot of the CapEx money went into roofs, parking lots, AC units, and just general overall. But the units themselves, you know, we're turning them for under $2,000 a unit right now. And we wouldn't get more rent making they're super spacious.
Okay, so my next question would be, I know you said the loan was assumable, so is this considered like a wraparound loan?
So it is very different than a wraparound loan. So what it is it's a federally backed Freddie Mac loan, sorry. And it was got by the original owner, and we were able to assume it from the original owner. So we just took over the loan. And then we were able to get a supplemental with the loan of another 2.3 million, which is a very good thing because it means the lender thought the value of the property was good enough to lend you some more money on the property. We're still at about a 68% loan to value, so we're still very comfortable there. So we assumed an existing loan. And then what happens when you get a supplemental? All of the terms of the loan are exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the current interest rate is different. So it ended up being 7.5%. But because it's a much smaller loan, our blended rate is 4.48%.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Great questions. I love questions.
And then the next question would be, in terms of funding, are we able to use IRA funds?
You are
self-directed?
definitely able to use IRA. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, and I see Ronald's on the call. Ronald lives nearby. He's one of our partners in the deal. And in fact, him and his wife, MJ, they're the ones who got us all the new pictures. And we also put them to work doing pool furniture.
I was gonna say, I'm
And
pretty sure
then-
they helped with
And then they're gonna come
assembly
back with
too.
they're gonna come back with their kids for photo shoots.
They just don't know yet. I love it.
Awesome. Any more questions? Those are all great questions. Very good. Please reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you. And we'd love to have you as partners. Oh, I should say you'll get an update every month from Massive Capital as well. You'll get every month we give an investor update, including full financials, everything.
And we do have quarterly investor calls. So off of that, we do quarterly calls. Our investors, it is a Zoom call where we are kind of like this. We have a discussion and we go through what's going on, and it's easier for our investors to ask questions just live on the call. But we thank you so much for coming tonight. We know that you have taken time out of your day to sit with us and talk about this experience, this deal. So we're so thankful for you spending time with us this evening. And if you do have any questions, please book a call with us. We'd love to talk more about Horizon. It's one of our favorite deals, which is why we're so excited. Candace has got the best hat ever just for today. So thank you all for coming, and we look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.